The work you don't post is the work that wins, because real progress doesn't crave attention, it craves consistency. We live in a world addicted to applause. Everyone's chasing eyes, chasing likes, chasing views. But the ones who rise to the top, they're chasing something else results. They're not worried about being seen. They're worried about becoming better, quietly, relentlessly. When everyone's online showing off what they're about to do, you stay offline and get it done. While they're posting gym selfies, you're sweating through another brutal rep. While they're announcing their big plans, you're attacking your small habits. No hype, just action. No noise, just work. No audience, just purpose. Because real growth happens in silence. In the early mornings when the world is asleep and you're already grinding. In the late nights when everyone's gone out and you're still at the desk, still locked in. That's the difference. That's where power is built. See, social media isn't real performance. It's performance art. The real warriors, they're in the shadows. They don't need validation. They don't need a crowd. Because they're not working for claps. They're working for change. And change doesn't happen in front of a camera. It happens in front of a mirror when no one's watching and you still refuse to quit. You don't need to tell the world what you're becoming. You just need to become it. And then one day, boom, you show up, unrecognizable, transformed, and they won't ask what you've been doing. They'll feel it. They'll feel the power, the discipline, the control. They'll call it sudden. They'll call it luck. But you'll know the truth. You earned it when no one saw. You sacrificed when no one cared. You showed up when it was boring, when it was painful, when there was no praise, no attention, no reward. And that's what separates you. Not your talent, not your followers, but your commitment to go dark, to stay silent, and to keep building anyway. So stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to prove anything. Let your work do that for you, quietly, consistently, ruthlessly, because the work you don't post, that's the work that wins. The grind isn't glorious, it's gritty. It's not beautiful, and it's definitely not easy. It's raw, it's lonely, it's built on pain, sweat, and relentless repetition. There's no spotlight when you're up before dawn, dragging your body through another brutal workout while the world sleeps peacefully. There's no audience when you choose broccoli over burgers, discipline over distraction, focus over comfort. No one claps when you say no to what feels good and yes to what builds you. That's the truth no one wants to talk about. Because everyone wants the results, but no one wants the sacrifice. They want the body, but not the pain. They want the success, but not the struggle. They want the applause without the silence. But greatness doesn't come from noise. It comes from the grind, the quiet, unsexy, lonely grind. You think champions are made on stage. Wrong. They're made in the dark, in empty gyms, in quiet rooms, in places where nobody is watching. But you're still showing up. That's where warriors are born. That's where power is forged. Not in the cheers, but in the moments where you could quit and don't. Where you could take the easy road but choose the hard one instead. Because the grind will test you. It will break you down to your bones. It will make you question why you started. It will scream at you to stop. And when it does, you have one choice: give in or grow. And the only way to grow is to keep going when it gets ugly. To push when no one's pushing you. To rise without a hand pulling you up. That's the grit. That's the edge. You won't get trophies for those early mornings. You won't get medals for showing discipline when it's hard. But what you will get: strength, pride, power, and not just the kind the world sees. The kind that lives inside you. The kind no one can take. You'll become someone who doesn't flinch under pressure. Someone who doesn't fold when it hurts. Someone who's been through hell and came out sharper, stronger, hungrier. That's the grind. It's not shiny. It's not glorious. But it's necessary. Because while others wait for motivation, you become unstoppable through repetition. While they celebrate comfort, you master discomfort. And while they chase applause, You chase progress. Remember, there's no cheering at 4 a.m., but there is purpose, and there is growth, and there is victory in the silence. Because in the end, the world will see the shine, but only you will know the grind. Silence is strategy. It's not weakness. It's not inaction. It's power under control. When you move quietly, you gain the most dangerous advantage of all: surprise. You don't need to announce every step, every win, every plan. You let them assume, let them think you've slowed down, let them laugh, let them forget your name, because when they stop watching, you start striking. That's the art of silence. It's not that you aren't working. It's that you're working so deep, so focused, so locked in, there's no time for noise. While they waste energy broadcasting their every move, you're mastering your craft behind closed doors. While they talk about grinding, you're already done with the grind. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need applause. Your silence says it all. People fear what they can't predict. They doubt what they can't see. And when you stop showing them your every move, you become unpredictable. You become dangerous. That's not just mindset, that's strategy, it's warfare. In combat, the loudest soldier is usually the first one taken out. But the silent one, the ghost in the shadows, that's the one they can't stop. That's who you become. Don't waste time explaining your vision. Don't argue to defend your path. Your energy is too valuable. Channel it into execution, into refining, into relentless forward motion. Let your silence do the talking. Let your results be the noise, because when you rise, and you will rise, they won't be ready. They'll look around and wonder how you did it. But you'll know you were preparing in silence while they were performing in public. Every moment you choose silence, you sharpen your edge, you conserve your power, and you build something real, something solid. Something unshakable. You're not hiding, you're hunting, you're waiting for the right time to strike. And when you do, it's precise, it's brutal, and it's undeniable. That's what silence gives you, not just time to think. Not just space to grow. It gives you control over the narrative. While they're busy underestimating you, you're building something they'll never see coming. That's how legends rise, not with noise, with calm. With patience, with discipline, so let them doubt, let them mock, let them assume you've stopped. Smile at their ignorance because they're playing checkers while you're playing chess, and your silence is the checkmate. Silence is not absence, it's preparation, it's focus, it's the mark of someone who knows exactly what they're doing and doesn't need to tell the world until it's too late for the world to catch up. Silence is your sharpest blade. Use it well. Public glory is paid in private pain. That's the truth most people can't handle. They see the success, the trophies, the muscles, the spotlight, the power, and they want it. They crave the shine. But they don't see the cost. They don't feel the scars. They don't know the sleepless nights, the lonely grind, the internal battles fought in silence. They think it was handed to you. They think it just happened. But what they don't see is everything you had to sacrifice to get here, the relationships you lost, the comfort you gave up, the hours you suffered while everyone else was out living soft. They don't see the nights you questioned yourself, the days you pushed through exhaustion, the mornings where your body begged for rest, but you got up anyway, because the mission wasn't complete. See, pain is the price, not just physical pain, but mental, emotional, spiritual pain. Pain that breaks most people, but you didn't break. You bent, you bled, and you kept moving. That's what separates you, not your talent, not your luck, your willingness to suffer alone because that public glory. That's just the result. It's the final scene, but the real story was written in private, in the shadows, in the silence, when nobody clapped, when nobody believed in you, when you had to believe in yourself, when everything screamed at you to stop. You don't earn greatness by being comfortable. You earn it by being willing to hurt, to stretch beyond what's easy, to endure when there's no guarantee of reward. That's what people will never understand. They'll see the roar, but not the silent screams behind it. They'll see the crown, but not the weight that came with it. They'll cheer for your success, but they'll never feel the pain that carved the path to it. But that's okay, because it wasn't for them. It was for you, for the warrior inside you that refused to quit, for the disciplined soul that kept fighting when the war got ugly. That's what built the shine. Not comfort, not fame, not approval, pain, real, raw, ruthless pain. And now that you're here, now that they finally see the results, they call it greatness, they call it glory, but you know the truth. You know what it cost, and that's why you walk with power, with humility, with depth, because every step forward is a step earned. Every win is a scar that's healed. Every roar is an echo of the pain that tried to bury you, but couldn't. You bled in the dark, so you could roar in the light. That's the formula, always has been, always will be. Validation is a weak drug. It gives you a quick high, a shallow hit of approval, but it fades fast. It leaves you chasing more, needing more, depending on people who don't even know you to make you feel like you matter. That's not power, that's addiction, that's weakness, and if you live on it, you'll die without it. You scroll, you post, you wait for reactions, you need those comments, those likes, those shares, because somewhere along the line, the world taught you that applause equals worth, that attention means success. But here's the truth they won't tell you. Validation is not the goal, it's the trap. It keeps you performing instead of progressing. It keeps you chasing noise instead of building strength. And that noise? It's never enough. You don't need their approval. You need your standards. You need to look in the mirror and know you showed up, that you didn't cut corners, that you gave your best, not because they were watching, but because you were. You held yourself to a code, to a discipline that doesn't bend for comfort and doesn't break for attention. Discipline is the real fix. It's not sexy. It doesn't give you dopamine spikes, but it gives you control. Real control over your time, over your habits, over your mind. While others are caught in a loop of needing recognition, you're building systems, routines, structure. You don't wait for motivation. You create momentum. You don't ask if people believe in you. You believe in yourself enough to keep grinding regardless. And guess what? The people who validate you today, they disappear tomorrow. The crowd is fickle. The spotlight moves fast. And if you've built your identity on their attention, you'll collapse when it fades. But if you've built your life on discipline, brick by brick, rep by rep, decision by decision, then nothing and no one can take it from you. It's easy to chase validation. Everyone does it, but it's rare to chase discipline, because that means doing the right thing when no one's watching. It means grinding with zero recognition. It means showing up even when you feel invisible. But that's the point. That's where the transformation happens, not in the noise, in the silence, in the repetition, in the choice to hold the line day after day. You don't need applause to know you're on track. You don't need a follower count to know you're valuable. You need self-respect, and self-respect is built through discipline, through doing what you said you would do, no matter what. So stop looking outward. Start building inward. Your standards are your mirror, and when that mirror reflects effort, focus, sacrifice, and resilience, you won't need likes, you'll have legacy, earn the right to be seen. That's the code. That's the mindset. You don't walk into a room and expect respect. You don't post a few times and expect to be followed. You don't show up once and expect the world to care. This world doesn't reward noise. It rewards proof, execution, grit. And the truth is, you don't deserve attention until you've earned it through the grind. Everybody wants to be seen, but nobody wants to suffer. Nobody wants to bleed for the level they say they want. They want quick fame, easy respect, instant validation, but that's not how greatness works. Greatness is earned in silence, in the hours no one talks about, in the pain no one posts about, in the consistency no one celebrates. You want to command attention, then become undeniable. Do the things nobody else is willing to do. Wake up earlier, go harder, stay longer. Be the one who keeps showing up when motivation dies, when the hype fades, when everyone else taps out. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you build gravity around your presence. When you've been in the trenches so long that when you walk into the light, people feel it. It's not ego, it's earned power. You see, attention that's demanded fades. It's built on noise, not substance. But attention that's commanded, that's built on discipline, results, consistency, that lasts, that becomes respect, and not just public respect. Self-respect, because deep down you'll know you didn't cheat, you didn't fake it, you didn't beg for the spotlight, you built it, you earned it, inch by inch, sacrifice by sacrifice, and then one day, boom. You shine not because you asked for it, but because you became it, because the fire inside you became too bright to ignore. You didn't announce your success, you became successful. You didn't talk about being a warrior. You trained like one. You didn't demand attention, you made it impossible to be overlooked. That's how you earn the right to be seen, by doing the work, every day, when it's boring, when it's brutal. When nobody's clapping, you become relentless, consistent, focused, and that focus turns into progress, that progress turns into power, and that power, it draws eyes, not because you asked, but because you earned it. So stop chasing attention, start chasing mastery, stop waiting to be seen, start becoming someone worth seeing. The world doesn't owe you the spotlight, but if you earn it, they won't be able to look away.